Okay, so we've explored the directive, non-directive spectrum or continuum. I'm starting to realise, I think, how complex mentoring is when you start looking at the theory and the practice. So the next thing we do on the course is start to look a bit more at skills. What are the effective skills? What are the skills of an effective mentor? And we've done a little bit of reflection on that in the sense of who's supported us, and we've started to look at our own practice in terms of directive and non-directive. But what I do with the group is give them a picture of this figure, this human figure, who, as you can see, has no clothes on, but is holding a bag which says, I don't know if you can see, it says professional knowledge. So in other words, all the subject skills, all their knowledge about pedagogy is all in the bag. But what we're interested in is what are the kind of skills, the emotional intelligence type skills or attributes of an effective mentor, and how can we perhaps label those on the human body. So we do this short activity, so perhaps you might like to think about that before I share some of the results. So an example might be an effective mentor has a courageous heart, or an effective mentor has good listening skills. In other words, people often draw giant ears on the mentor. Or an effective mentor has broad shoulders. That kind of thing. So just reflect for a moment, if you were doing this activity, what parts of the human body could you label with effective mentoring attributes? So I hope you've had some sort of thoughts about how you would label up this figure. I mean, there are hundreds of very creative responses I get to that activity, but some of them are, like to do with the head, for example. We've talked about ears, but eyes, eyes in the back of the head for this kind of way that people deal with behaviour management, but eyes also in terms of perception, being able to see things, obviously in different ways. Mouth communication skills, being able to say the right thing at the right time, that kind of idea. Arms for nurturing, an open-handed approach, a gut feeling, which is quite an interesting one. Things like best foot forward. So we get, as I say, a lot of really good ideas, and I always say to the group, each one of those could become an assignment in its own right. Because fundamentally, because we're using the human body as a sort of coat hanger, a lot of these things are to do with emotional intelligence. They're to do with the kind of building blocks of a good relationship. Okay, so in terms of mentoring skills, we spend quite a long time on the course trying to define them. And I refer people on the course to the literature, and there's a huge amount of literature on mentoring coaching skills. And I'll just read out one from Fento, which I know has been replaced now, but it's still a very good document in my opinion. It's Mentoring Towards Excellence. And the competencies of an effective mentor, according to Fento, are these. A mentor doesn't blame, but stays neutral, gives honest answers, is approachable, is knowledgeable, is good at their own job, knows organisational routines, actively questions the mentee, is enabling, caring, open and facilitative, gives constructive and positive feedback, provides subtle guidance, but the mentee takes the decisions, has a willingness to debate, to argue and to discuss, is organised, patient and understanding, and is down to earth and realistic, and is an excellent communicator. I think in anybody's book that's a pretty good job description or a number of attributes for the effective mentor. Okay, good. So the rest of the course is involved in looking at skills and practicing the skills. And one of the great things about coming on the course, and it runs every year, and I recommend it, you get an opportunity to practice some of these skills. we look at the National College of School Leadership idea of mentoring and coaching skills, which are building rapport as the first stage, listening for meaning, second stage, questioning for understanding, and prompting action and moving on. And we use that as a kind of framework. And within that framework we talk about observational skills, watching people's lessons, how you can do that effectively, how you can give effective, positive feedback. And within that, how you can develop and deepen your questioning skills and your ability to enable them to become more reflective. And as John Whitmore says, who writes on coaching, how you can help your mentee increase their awareness of their issues and their problems, and really importantly, take responsibility. Okay, finally, towards the end of the course, I share with the group a whole range of mentoring and coaching models, things like the GROW model, the FLOW model, the STRIDE model, the mentoring wheel. And we look at these really to look at how useful they are and whether they can help structure and provide a framework for us when we're helping our mentees. Finally, what we try and do is encourage mentors to maybe look for some kind of accreditation for their work, and there are a number of courses that I lead at the university which can do this at postgraduate level, and we're also working to provide accreditation at degree level in the future. And if you're interested in anything that we've talked about, or if you want to know when the next course is running, my contact details are here, which I hope you can read. So I hope this has given you a flavour at least of the stuff that we do on the course, and I strongly recommend that you come on the next one, and look forward to meeting you when you do. Thank you.